Hello, my name is Calvin Edwards. I'm calling from the just started Central Investors Best Interest Center. I have a full commitment here for protecting financially vulnerable individuals. I want to first protect and prevent fraud from striking financially vulnerable individuals because the effects can be devastating. Here at the Central Investors Best Interest Center, I hope to publicly find others who share a full commitment to preventing fraud and promoting investors' best interest. And I hope to do this where it can be shown in one central place. That's why the Central Best Interest Center exists. I hope to give them full exposure. Right now, I am concentrating primarily on exposing the most dangerous and hurtful financial criminals, but I also hope to give a full picture of exposure. I hope to also speak with those who share an interest in preventing fraud and promoting investors' best interests also. That's why I like to speak publicly to those in the industry because I think this gives investors a good picture of those working in the industry. I like to do our investors' best interest calls. I like to do our investors' best interest calls. So I like to give a full picture of everyone in the industry in investors' best interest. So as we maintain the Central Investors Best Interest Center, we hope to speak to advisors with an investors' best interest interview. That's how we first started because everything that I do is in investors' best interest. In this investors' best interest interview, we'd like to ask if they'd be willing to help us maintain the investors' best interest center on a long-term basis so we can actually end scam artists' careers. Not just a temporary exposure, but an actual long-term following of scam artists' careers. That's why we would ask help to stay open long-term. If we can help us with a small amount monthly so we can be certain to follow scam artists for their whole career and actually help in their financial careers. That's the point. But also, remember, I do investors' best interest interviews. So in this investors' best interest interview, I'd also like to ask financial professionals that I speak to, how do they like the investors' best interest center? I'd also like to ask financial advisors, do they have any suggestions on improving the investors' best interest center? Because I think this is something that would really be helpful in investors' best interest. And I'd also like to ask them if they have any questions about the investors' best interest center. So remember, I hope to give a total picture of investors' best interest. I hope to let them see the most dangerous fraud artists, but I'd also like them hear me speak about investors' best interest. Only those who are scam artists we teach and those who don't have investors' best interests at heart would be afraid of speaking with me, I believe. So we publicly want to test those convicted of scam artists, and also we'd like to speak to those involved in investors' protection and involved with promoting their investors' best interests. I'd like to speak to them about maintaining a permanent presence where we can follow scam artists forever in their whole careers. And I'd also like to ask those in the industry how they like the Investors Best Interest Center, how they think it can be improved, and do they have any other questions? Thank you again. I'm Calvin Edwards from the just opened Central Investors Best Interest Center. Our main objective is exposing those who have had any sort of connection with fraudulent activities or not putting investors first in one central place long term. So I'd like to speak with those publicly about this issue. Thank you again. I'm Calvin Edwards. I look forward to speaking with you publicly. Thank you. Bye-bye. I like to do the investors' best interest calls because the financial professional is the most important component of the process. An honest, competent, and empathetic financial professional is the one that will guarantee fraud and harm to an investor will not happen. That's why we specialize in exposure, letting investors see those in the industry. Fraud and financial devastation often happens late in life, and the victim feels like it cannot be made up for. This is what I want to prevent from happening in the first place, and I hope to show those who share this commitment to preventing this unfortunate circumstance.